Have you ever seen someone lose 18 years of service and their retirement overnight? This isn't my revenge, but I got to witness it up close. And yes, I took a certain satisfaction in seeing how it all played out. Back when I was stationed at the submarine base in Connecticut, I had a friend from boot camp named Bill. We'd gone through training together, and by the time we got to A school, we were pretty close. Bill wasn't the most physically fit sailor out there, short, a little chubby, glasses, but he was sharp. He had the kind of logical, analytical mind that made him perfect for sonar work. If he'd made it to the fleet, I know he would have done great things. The problem was, our instructors were two petty officers who thought they were elite commandos. In reality, our job was all about math, computers, and precision, not bench presses and six-packs. But these guys lived for intense workouts and made it their mission to push everyone to their extreme fitness standards. Bill passed all the official Navy fitness requirements, but that wasn't good enough for them. They singled him out, mocked him constantly, and called him every insult you can imagine. Then things got worse. During a run, Bill injured his knee. The base doctor put him on light duty so he could heal, paperwork and all. But the petty officers ignored it, threatened him with discharge if he didn't keep up, and pushed him until the injury got worse. His mental state started slipping fast. Back then, mental health resources were basically non-existent. If you needed help, the only real option was the chaplain, a kind, soft-spoken woman who, despite her gentle nature, held the rank of captain. Bill scheduled a meeting with her. When he told the petty officers he'd be missing class to see the chaplain, they lit into him, told him he was weak, useless, and that no one would care. They promised to make life even harder for him if he went. Under pressure, Bill canceled the appointment. That same night, his girlfriend broke up with him. At 3 a.m., my phone rang. It was Bill, but all I heard was silence. I thought it was a drunk or accidental call and went back to sleep. I still regret that choice. The next day, we got the news. Bill had slit his throat. Somehow, the freezing night air caused the blood to clot just enough to keep him alive until EMS found him. The doctors said he missed his carotid artery by a millimeter. We rushed to the hospital. On the way in, we crossed paths with the chaplain. She stopped to tell us Bill would live, and then I saw it. Pure, unfiltered rage in her eyes. This gentle woman looked like she could burn the world down, and I knew someone was going to pay. Bill could barely speak, but he told us what happened. The constant harassment. How he'd been convinced not to see the chaplain. How he felt like no one cared. But now, he was glad he'd survived. A week later, the chief of training called us in. He wanted to know if we'd had any other problems with those petty officers. We gave him plenty. Lies, setups, harassment. But I think the decision had already been made. The next day, they were gone. New instructors replaced them without explanation. Later, I asked the chaplain what happened. She told me she went straight to the admiral in charge of the entire base and demanded their immediate removal from the Navy. The admiral granted it. Both petty officers were dishonorably discharged. No VA benefits, no pension, no housing. Just a one-way bus ticket home. Not for their families, not for their belongings. And with that kind of discharge, they were barred from working for any company with defense contracts, which meant even fast food chains on bases wouldn't hire them. One had 18 years of service, just 2 years from retirement. The other had 12. Both lost everything overnight. Bill, on the other hand, received a full medical discharge, honorable. E5 pay for life, full benefits, and counseling back home, all covered by the Navy. He recovered, became a police officer, got married, and built a good life. Those petty officers, wherever they ended up, I doubt they've made more than minimum wage since. And honestly, that's exactly what they earned.